Hey everyone, welcome back to the STEAM Lab for Pretend City Play at Home. We had so much fun this morning seeing our explosive experiment that we wanted to see what would happen if we used 3 times the amount of yeast we used this morning. And one of our viewers wanted to know what would happen if we used red food coloring instead of blue. Let's take a look. For this experiment, you will need hydrogen peroxide, something to measure with, some scissors, some food coloring. I have red and blue here. Some instant quick rise yeast, some dish soap, something to measure that with as well, and something to record your observations on, what you're gonna change for the experiment and what you think is gonna happen. So, first, I'm gonna take our yeast, I'm gonna trim the top off, just like so. I'm going to pour it into this lukewarm water that we have on the side. Pour all 3 packets in, just like so. Get every last bit. Perfect. And then I'm going to use one of these wood stirrers to stir it all together. Just like so. It's pretty goopy. And you can talk to your child about what is happening with the warm water as it dissolves our yeast and how the liquid gets thicker when we do that. So we're gonna let that sit for a second. Next, we're going to measure 2 cups of hydrogen peroxide. So you can have your child practice holding the measuring cup, pour it in just like so. And then pour it into a large cylinder container. 1 and 2. Put that there. Next, we're gonna do the same thing with our soap. So I have half a cup measure here, so I'm gonna squeeze it in there. You can talk to your child about how the half cup is smaller than the larger 1 cup. As you pour it into our cylinder vase, just like so. Next, per our viewer's request, we're gonna add red food coloring instead of blue food coloring this time. So you can do about 5 drops, or 5. We'll do 1 more extra one. And you can use the wood stirrers again to mix that all together. Watch as our red food coloring, our soap, and our hydrogen peroxide blend together to make one liquid. Just like so. And now we're ready for the experiment to begin. Be sure to ask your child open-ended questions, like what do you see and how does it feel? Once the foamy explosion is finished, you will notice the bottle and the foam are warm to the touch. That's because the experiment not only produces a chemical reaction, but it also causes an exothermic reaction, meaning it produces heat as well. Help your child understand that science is a process. It involves investigating, predicting, and observing. Wow, that sure was explosive. Be sure to record what happened and what you observed on our observation sheet from earlier. Talk with your child about the science component of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. We hope you enjoyed this experiment today. Stay tuned for the rest of STEM week at Pretend City.